We're gonna have a great time here. Make this video as quick as possible. I know these long videos are hard to watch sometimes. But what I'm gonna do here today is something a little different. I haven't seen this before. We are about in the middle of June. I think it's the 14th today. And what I'm gonna do is I've gone through all the trees and I've counted all the figs that I can see on the trees. And I'm talking once it forms and gets like a little round little baby fig up into the bigger figs. Some of my trees have head starts, some had no head starts, some were in the ground, you name it. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna name the fig, and then I'm gonna tell you, I got a little sticky note on all of them. I'll pick that up. I'm gonna tell you how many figs are on that. I'm gonna have a running total up here on the side. And we're gonna go through all these trees, and I'll tell you just a little bit about the trees as we go through. If there's something special about them, I'll tell you. And you'll see as we get up in how many figs total. And I'm kind of excited because a couple trees are really jam-packed with figs. And I got some surprises where I have 0 figs. So I don't know, on a couple of trees also. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. It's time for 2023 Fig Tour. I'm gonna show you all my trees today, and I'm gonna show you something really special that I just added to all of my trees, and I know you're gonna love it. So I got these tags from Ulises. He's a great guy. He's got these on FigBid. Go ahead, I'll have a link in the description. He did a great job for me. Put my name on all the tags. Got about 140 trees that I got tags for. They're just fantastic. I'll show you them throughout the video. You're gonna love them. You're gonna wanna get rid of those junky tags. I don't know how many tags I've gone through, putting 2 and 3 and 4 tags just to make sure that they don't die, they don't fade, you name it. But with these tags here from Ulises, I'm totally set. These are fantastic, I love them. So follow the link and go ahead and get some tags for yourself. He puts a great amount of time into these, and they're not as cheap as a little flimsy tags, but they're not flimsy tags. These things are gonna last you forever. So follow the link in the description and go visit him and get some tags. You're gonna love these. I'm gonna show you all the tags and on all the trees. Okay, so this is a Smith tree. This is actually from the air layer from the Smith that I have over there. And so this is in its, let's see, it grew all last year. It was a tiny little thing in there. And it grew all last year, got most of this shape. Put figs on late. Didn't taste a single fig off of it. So I didn't trim anything. This year, brought it out. It's in the sip. I'm feeding it the Jacks. At first I was doing 20-10-20. Now I'm doing 20-20-20. But anyway, take a look at how massive this is. It's hard to see. So this right now has, I counted about 157 figs on it. So you can see the shape. It's not the greatest. It's got this low branch over here. It's got this low branch over here. I was thinking of cutting these for next year and straightening it up. But that may be stupid at this point since I have so many figs on it. So you got a couple branches that go that way and this branch here. So you can kind of see it this way. All these figs. So I had to go over to my buddy Travis's place to taste his Smith because the main Smith didn't give me figs last year, or at least good ripe ones. Maybe I think I had 1. But that one has a bunch of figs on it. But I'll tell you what, with this one, 157, I am pretty darn happy. So I'm not going to put organza bags. I'm going to put a bird netting over this for sure for this year. So this is the prize. This is the best tree. I did a video on making these sips, self-irrigating pot, and 159, I got a little sticky right down there, figs. Made a video on how to make these sips using these pots. Those pots are $10. Watch the video and you can find out where to get those pots. And so I have all of these are in self-irrigating pots, and that Smith, you can see this is just massive, beautiful, and I'm looking forward to eating all of these. So anyway, this was from Just Fruits and Exotic Smith tree, and here's for the folks on somebody had some zip ties. I hope he watches my video. That's a zip tie, folks. No, this is actually just a cord, like a twine. So you will forget. If you use twine that doesn't give and you're trying to straighten up your tree, you will forget. But this is growing out of it, so avoided catastrophe. So there it is. So this lean-to, briefly, it's really just kind of thrown together. A carpenter would be ashamed if he came and saw this. It'd be a shame for me, but it works. Keeps figs warm, keeps them from freezing. Got the in-grounds over there, and San Miguel Rocho is cranking out dozens of figs, as is Black Celeste, so pretty happy about it. All right, this is Smith tree. This is the mother tree, and there's my nice tag. This is Crows. This is a new variety, kind of hot, got in the ground, just put it there. And we have a St. Martin right here. That just has a couple of branching nodes and no figs on that. And this has, see, these are these tags. These are good tags, but it can't read them very easily. You got to really strain and look at them. Well, look at those tags. All right, so this is Campanieri with, this is in ground. If you watch my protection video, I'm in zone 6AB, right at the border. You can see what I did, how I protected these. This tree right here has 58 figs on it, Malta Black. So let's go to up and down. We have 2 rows of figs right here. All right, so Saint Germain, second year. This has some suckers I'm rooting. This one, I don't know. That's Delcor. That's a first year cutting. And Socorro Black. Kind of weakly tree. It should do better than that, but this is a second year tree. So you can see where I did the header cutting. And here's a tree. This one is Calderona, first year. So that doesn't have any figs yet, that's just a cutting. This is Glicia Negra, and this is a fig I'm trialing, Sangue Dolce. This little tree, these little figs, look so cute. This has this Regato del Salento, and get rid of this junky tag. This is a Fico Seco that I cut back all the way, give it a hard prune, and this is an improved Celeste. And you can see my tagging method is leaves a bit to be desired. So, you know, I need to go and clean them up, but this is the latest tag. So not this tag, not this tag, that tag. So I need to go ahead and clean those up, but I do have a system that I can follow, barely. This is Hativ d'Argentile, and it has 10 figs. That's a second year tree. It's a very weak tree, in my opinion. And no figs on this one. This is Bec de Purdue. And I got it at the end of the season, and it was right here. So I just let it keep growing as a single leader. So these two trees here in these bags, I had in a video where I cut them in half. This is Uncle Corky's Honey Delight, Uncle Corky's, and Notorious Fig. See how easy these things kind of snap. And this tree is Albacore Comuna. Let's see, what do we have here? This is a surprise, Thermalito. Get rid of this ugly tag. Now they got my nice tags on there. This Thermalito has 80 figs on it. So that's very nice. We'll see what happens with that tree. Now this is the Belle of the Ball. This is Del San Juame Gran. It's from Dan Foster, I believe. And this thing has 90 figs on it. So really looking forward to that. 90 figs. But so, you know, this looks like a little bit of a, I was half asleep when I was doing this pruning. It's big and thick, but not the most perfect shape. But hey, you know, you got 90 figs on it, you can't beat that with the stick. So I started shaping this, trying to open it up. And I have a video on how to shape your trees, and I'd do a lot better job if I did this all over again, but just going with it. 90 figs, you can't beat that. 15-gallon pot. Ooh, now look at this. All these little ants. I'm gonna have to get rid of those ants. So, Del San Juame Gran, this is just absolute beast this year, and this is a third-year tree. So, if you're wondering what it, you know, third-year tree, 90 figs, 15-gallon pot. This one is Noir de Barbentane, Vertolino. This Parajol Ramada has 41 figs on it. This Schwal Amber, this one was a little bit of a surprise. Violetta Soliez, and you can also get these tags in this beautiful green and different clip art. So you'll find all that information in the link. Talk to Ulises, get you taken care of. And this is another surprise. Hi, Ellie. This is Figoin. And this is, I propagated the heck out of this tree last year. It's got a beautiful shape, beautiful placement. The branches, it could be better spaced out. They're just one apart, but we'll see. Should be okay. But this one only has 4 figs on it. So smaller trees and trees that I've given to other folks are just loaded. So, you know, every tree is different. Nerucciolo d'Elba right here has 4. This is from Off the Beaten Path. Does not have as many figs as could have or should have. Buddy Travis has one that's loaded with figs, and we got them at the same time. So this is Negra de Agde, and this one has 17 figs. Here is an interesting, this is Bordesoup Blanca Negra, and it's in this square fabric pot, but basically it just rounds itself out. Let's see, Vertolino, this one has 17 figs on it, and Moscatel Preto. So I got a couple of in-ground trees over here, and we can't skip saying hello to my cold hardy bananas. cold hardy banana, Musa Baschu. Those are fantastic. You cut them to the ground, mulch them, they come back every year. Long Doot has 3 figs on it. We'll see how this does since it's middle of June. That's an early variety. Brown Turkey, 0 figs. We'll see. All right, so we're going to look at the rest of the fig trees, and I'm going to show you a little section I have here for my Caprifigs, and they don't need to be in prime spots. And here are my Caprifigs. This doesn't get as much sun, so I just put them here to get them out of the way. Quick note about pruning these. What I did mistakenly is do a single leader last year instead of letting all the branching grow out like crazy. And then this year I just had the single leader, so it didn't have any branching to give me the Profici with the pollinated Braber crop that these have. So that was a mistake. So this is the first year. I'll let that grow however it wants. Shoots at the bottom, you name it. This Salib, it's got all kinds of branching. I don't need it to be big. I don't need it to be huge. I just need these to give me some Profici with pollen. So that's a big difference in how you want to get your pollen from your figs in the second year. Just let them grow wild the first year. This tree here it's got about 2 Braba and several figs on it, about 8 figs. This is an unknown that I found when I was in California scouting around. Okay, so this is what I call the Fignasium, Figatorium. Put in the comments what you think I should call this here. Notorious Fig Empire. All right, let's take a look at these figs, and I'm going to move a little faster. I'm just going to name the varieties. I already have counted how many figs. I'll just toss up the number and keep the tally going. I think there's about 80 trees in here. This is Notorious Unknown. This is from California. And we'll see if this is Smyrna or not. I'll put a picture right here. What the fruit looks like is absolutely amazing. Tree is probably 130 years old. And try to see if I can get fruit this year, or maybe it's Smyrna, or who knows. All right, this is Yolo Bypass, no figs on that. Cool Noir, Colonel Littman's Black Cross, maybe 1 fig, barely. It's kind of pushing out double bumps. Coladom Gigantina. This is Enderud. Hopefully this gives me some pollen. Planera, Coladom Sutat, Tia Pena. This is White Madeira number 1. And here's another Pena. Madeira Island Black, Zafiro. This is a Nerugiola de Elba. I'm growing, letting it grow. It's completely out of control. Need to prune it back. This right here is a 15-gallon Black Celeste. It's doing great. And this is a Figoin that's kind of a mess. This Joal Noir is absolutely amazing, and it put on figs pretty quickly, and it just has such great form. It's so vigorous, and it's definitely benefiting from being in the sip. Big, huge branching on it, and it just kind of have one on each side there, so that's just fantastic. Love that. It's sticking out here. It's been growing quite a bit. And this, bit of a mystery so far. We'll get back to that later in the season, hopefully. And this is Paragel Ramada. This put on a couple figs. This is an air layer off of my original Paragel, which you've seen already. And Cavalieri. Here is Sussex in a 15-gallon. Pretty decent spacing of these branches. Could be a little better, but you can only do so much. I like that icon right there. All right, so that's Sussex, Black Celeste. This is a Vertilino in ground from Fig Life, Submarine Pete on the forums, and nice tag there. Red Lebanese Baca Valley, kind of odd growth. I just notched it out here, so hopefully I can get some branching down here. Volunteer Tomato, Bass's favorite fig. Got a few on there. Some fig mosaic on it. Didn't have it last year. Looks like it's kind of growing out of it over here, so we'll see how it goes. Jolly Tiger, love this thing. It's more like a house plant. It's got a few figs on it. And San Miguel Rocio is just totally kicking butt. This is in the ground, obviously, and pretty short, but look at the branches. So it's pretty big. I'm going to measure with my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 feet of growth. Probably 5 on that one right there. So, like that. Conde. This is looking good. Put a bunch of figs on. Let's see. This is Naruccio d'Elba. Got a few of these around here. Got to definitely get rid of some. This is just sulfur to try to treat some mites or fig bud mites. We'll see. But you can put that on there, rinse it off later, whatever, doesn't matter, doesn't hurt anything. Black Celeste, this is one of my favorite figs. And it's got quite a bit. This was green when I planted it, and it was green over the winter, but I kept it in this little shantytown lean-to here, and so it just grew those 3 main branches and putting on figs. So it's pretty tall. That's probably 7.5, 8 foot tall. And this is Moro de Caneva. Looks like hell. Put a bunch of sulfur on it to, those might be fig bud mites, who knows. Doesn't seem to have affected this tree yet over here. But anyway, not every tree looks beautiful, folks, and this one looks like hell. So we'll just keep pumping it with nitrogen, fertilizer, whatever. See what it does. All right, let's keep moving. Exquisito from Fruit Nut, nice, beautiful Breba. LSU Tiger, got some funky leaves. Don't know if those are from leaf hoppers or what. Aubon, this is Fig du Monde. This tastes really good last year, so hopefully it's like a honey fig, but it tastes pretty darn amazing. It's supposed to be early, but the figs set a little later, so judging the earliness, I need to basically wait till we have a, maybe next year, then the timing will be better, because then you have a better looking tree. It's more scaffolds, etc. This was just a stick this year, so it's hard to predict the timing. Figo Preto, and that's Black Madeira UCD, and this was just a little stick. Cut it back and put out some scaffolds, and we got some figs on it. So look at all these nasty tags. So out with the old, in with the new. Cosme Magno, that's grafted onto something else. I split the graft, did a video on that. Moyada, Montserrat Pons, St. Martin, this is from Garden Crochet, Unknown Pastilieri, Mirala from Garden Crochet, Alsong, I think that's from Eric, Labrica, that's from Fruit Nut, and that's an air layer off of this main Labrica, big 15-gallon Fruit Nut. That's putting off figs, that's got figs, so I can't wait for those. Black Manzanita, this woke up later, the latest waking up fig I had. And I think it's, I don't know, because it's so thick. The Figoin over by the pool didn't put on figs until recently, and this one has one fig, maybe a couple. So it's catching up, but it's just kind of something interesting to note. Ronde Bordeaux. So this one has a good number of figs on it. It's looking good. That tastes amazing. It's common, but that tastes absolutely amazing. So definitely get one of those. And let's see. This is a Nuestra Senora del Carmen. This is the mother tree, racked with fig mosaic. Cut it down. Did a couple videos on it. Cut it down, and this is growing up. And look how pretty it is. Where's the fig mosaic? Okay, so sometimes, you know, you grow it for a year and a half or two, chop it all the way down, and this will shoot up, and it's already pretty good height, 3 foot at least. Hyacinth, lots of figs on it. We're going to see if that's common or not this year, hopefully. And this is the Nuestra Senora del Carmen air layer taken off of the mother, and this one had no fig mosaic. So it's got some spotting, but I think that might be bud mites. We'll see. But beautiful looking tree. Looked a million times better than the mother tree. So let's see. Another Notorious Unknown. Ham Ram in there. Those are both from Bill Off the Beaten Path on his recommendation. That and Delcourt. This is Belvedere from Eric. Bergen Unknown. We got like 40 figs. So this is, I'm really excited about this year. This is third year, and wasn't too happy about last year. Anyway, got some figs on there, and reputation says it's good, so I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Joel Rouge. This one surprised me with all the figs that it set on here. Plenty of figs in there. Col de Dame Mutante. Just got just a couple. Italian 258. That's from Fruit Nut. My buddy Steve gave me that. And no figs. All it was with this was this stick. So really, maybe next year, once it has a better formed scaffolding, we'll see. Col de Roja, no figs. Rubato, old Italian variety. Good number of figs on these 4 scaffolds. Kind of late ripening, supposedly. Let's see, keep going over here. This is BNR. This is my main mother tree. And all it was this stick, and I cut it, you know, hard prune. It put out these 3 branches up top. There's 4. And it has a good number of figs on it, so I'm happy about that. Borso Grease from Will, and that's got some nice shape, and it has some good figs on it. This one, that's one I'm just trialing, so we'll see what happens. Constantine Dalgieri looks good shape, but I think it has like 1 little fig on it. Italian 258. I just had another one, so I'm really trying to get one of those. So this is Constans, and that put on a ton of figs pretty quickly. It's got decent shape. It's a Fig du Monde, so we'll see what happens with that. Col de Dame Ramada. This is, you know, these Ramadas are just so awesome looking, and the fig itself is going to be striped as well. So, loving that. There's my Ulises fig. Crows, Fig du Monde. Got that in a sip. This thing grows so vigorously. Just amazing. Okay, this is Angelito, and it has grown up to here, and it got hit by red spider mites because I had this growing indoors. You've seen some videos on that. Got it growing real quickly, and then it's just been stalled for probably a couple of months, but it now has some green growth that it's putting on. but I have an air layer that's been cooking there for a little while. I think I have more than 24 figs on there. So this is a cutting I got just this year from Eric, Angelito. Everybody wants it. You know, we'll see. I got plenty of figs, so this should be pretty interesting to see. Hopefully they turn out right. So this Angelito, I'm really excited to try all the fruit. 24 fruits. They're this big already. I should have some ripe fruit, and it's putting out more. Really sets fruit. You can see even this air layer's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figs on it already. And let's see what else. Big on Dada right here from Off the Beaten Path. Off the Beaten Path, Ross just put out a video talking to Big Bill. They're just fantastic. If you want to get good trees off the beaten path, they're just absolutely fantastic. Great cuttings, great prices. This is the BNR that is grafted onto Nuestra Senora del Carmen. And I did that because people say BNR is a slow grower. So I grafted it and then it set fruit. So now it's kind of not growing too quickly because it has all this fruit on there. So these are huge. These should be ready because I grafted this in December or something. These fruits should come out pretty soon. Okay, Irene's Black Greek. I got 3 of these. These are 2 here, the sip. Hopefully this takes off. Dan Foster says this is a slow grower, so we'll see. This is from Dennis. Dennis found this variety, and it's supposed to ripen just a little before Smith, which is amazing. So we'll see what happens there. And let's see, Amarcord, excited about that one. Fig du Monde, that's on Dada, another Fig du Monde, so Off the Beaten Path and another source for that one. Lebrant, nice, good shape, just a handful of figs. And Craven's Craving, this tasted absolutely amazing. Produces, puts figs. It's a Black Madeira type, but I tell you what, it just kicks butt in terms of putting out figs here. So really excited about that. The flavor profile is just absolutely amazing, fantastic. That's it for the garden tour, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too long. I know these take a while to watch. You could do a little speed up playback if you want to, but this was fun to do. It actually gives me a point to all the figs at this point. Fig trees should have their figs on them. So if they don't have them on now, they may not ripen. So this is a good date. So maybe I'll do this every year. It takes a little while to count, but anyway, don't forget to get yourself some of these tags. These are fantastic. They're, you know, this is a permanent solution. You got the little twine, little metal wire. It's like a wax coated. Link will be down in the description, and you can follow, take a look, have your list. You can get 5, 10, 20, whatever. I think he sells them in lots of 20 and then goes above that. But these are just absolutely fantastic. So, of course, not everybody gets Notorious FIG, but maybe you can make those if you want to. Zafiro, you got the green, got the different clip art. These are fantastic. I really appreciate all the work that Ulises did putting these together. Thanks a lot for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate the comments. See you next time, and let's grow some figs.